This Coast to Coast Entertainment Network program is brought to you by Beside Me Bracelets. Our bracelets are handmade for any occasion. Use the promo code Coast to Coast for 15% off. Visit their website at besideme.com. Suzanne's Paparazzi Jewelry. With 24-hour shopping available, use the code 160920 and show her some love, like she showed us. Reaper Apparel Company, a commitment to live your most authentic way every single day. Visit reaperapparelco.com for more information and a look at all of their apparel offerings. And by Good Day Embroidery, your local source for custom embroidery, screen printing, and more. Log on to gooddayembroidery.com for more information.
What's going on, everybody? Crispy Bacon here with another episode Up Between the Ropes here on Coast to Coast Entertainment Network. I'm here with Christy. How you doing, Christy?
Oh, good. Just ready for a good show.
It is going to be a good show.
Oh, yeah.
The last week before, well, we think it's before
Night of Champions.
Night of Champions, but things have kind of shifted.
Things are a little, things are very uncertain right now.
What do you think they should do? Just postpone it, move it?
Move it. Move it. It just makes more sense.
In such short notice.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know how folks in Saudi Arabia would feel about that, especially those who paid money for tickets to this event. But since there's so much, we're not going to mention what's going on, what's causing the uncertainty over there, because that's politics and we don't dabble with, we don't mess with that. But because of what's going on in the Middle East, it's just, I personally think it's better just to move it and place it somewhere else.
Thomas is saying, good evening.
Hi,
good
Thomas.
Evening, Thomas. Yeah, so basically, long story short, there's uneasiness overseas. Americans don't feel safe.
Nope.
Visiting or just going over there. So if you know what's going on, you know what's going on.
Exactly. Like I said, that's politics. We don't mess with that.
Right.
Yeah.
And I think they should just do a like a Raw mega show.
Something like that. I mean, maybe Night of Champions, you can have it on a Monday or something on Netflix. Sure would draw a lot of
Night of Champions.
Raw Night of Champions. You draw a lot of viewers on Netflix because I'm sure they're going to be like, ooh, what's going on?
Do a super show or something.
Could be kind of like a Super Showdown, something like that, like they've had before in Australia.
Yeah, or where they had the, like the Raw Super Show where they combined SmackDown with Raw.
You could do it that way. Is anything? It's just anything that can, so that the people working this event, from the wrestlers to the crew to the referees to the costume designers to the set builders, everything, so at least that they're safe and they have nothing to worry about.
Yeah. The card's looking good so far.
It doesn't look. I mean, we get the King and Queen of the Ring finals matches. We've got, got some good stuff coming up for that show.
You have pretty much 5 matches.
So far, I'm sure. Yeah.
You have Randy Orton.
Yep.
Going up against, we don't know at this point, it's going to be Cody Rhodes or Jey Uso.
Cody Rhodes. Yep.
And then you have Asuka. Who
to be either Jade Cargill or Roxanne Perez. It's the Queen of the Ring. Yeah.
Yeah. You also have, we know John Cena and CM Punk.
Yep, that's gonna be huge. That's gonna be
your main event.
That definitely is I can see that being the main event, Cena versus Punk. And it's going to be a big deal. I mean, especially if you saw last night when Cena pretty much quoted, kind of mocked the pipe bomb promo Punk cut on him over 14 years ago.
Hi, Matt Cardona.
Nick Nemeth, Claudio Castagnoli. Funny fact, at a show, I think that was last night or tonight, Matt Cardona got on the mic, kind of did the sitting on the turnbuckle like Cena did. He said, "Hi, John Cena."
Yeah.
That was funny. I was like, good for you for having a sense of humor about the whole situation.
That was pretty good.
That was great.
Ironically, R-Truth was involved in both pipe bombs.
Yep. It was.
It had to do with John Cena and CM Punk.
Mm-hmm.
It's funny how they kind of mentioned Vince, but not mentioned Vince.
No.
Which is fine.
Yeah.
Question is, what's going to happen this week?
Yep.
Will we get more of what we had?
Yeah, maybe. Oh. Thomas saying I can see Seth costing Punk the title. Yeah, it's probably because he's holding the Money in the Bank briefcase. If Punk wins, then Seth could do that.
Yeah.
That's possible. But then again, do you really want Seth to not have? Do you want to still have the Money in the Bank winner kind of lurking? Because if we're gonna do, this is gonna go straight to Saturday night's main event in July, where we have Gunther versus Goldberg.
In his last match.
Yeah, and I mean, would Seth Rollins risk being disrespectful by cashing in on either Gunther or Goldberg, regardless of the result? He doesn't have beef with either one of them.
No, but since this is his last match, that's what they want us to think.
They want us to think that.
I mean, WWE put out there, it is the last match, but is it?
Yeah, it is.
You always got to take things with a grain of salt.
Oh yeah, definitely. And Thomas says, I don't see a cash. And Thomas says, I don't see a cash in, and I just see Seth costing Punk the match. I don't know. Stranger things have happened.
Then where would you, if you're Seth,
SummerSlam. SummerSlam.
Yeah.
You probably would. If you have, because if you have Goldberg win the title at Saturday night's main event, it's like, what do you do if it's his last match and he walks away a champion? I don't know. That would be strange.
It would.
And who knows?
It would definitely be strange.
It would be.
Also on the card, you have Dominic Mysterio versus AJ Styles for the Intercontinental Championship.
Well, I think this is more of an even matchup because Dominic doesn't have his girl Liv Morgan backing him up now. She's out due to her shoulder.
Yeah.
Yeah, so that might be more of an even playing field, but Raquel Rodriguez could jump in there. Who knows?
They're talking, I think the belts might be, vacated. That's the rumor or the word I'm getting. Which I'm okay with that. Oh.
I hit the wrong button.
There you go. Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you.
They're talking like the belts will be vacated.
Yeah, like Thomas said, if Goldberg wins the title, then Hunter needs his head examined. I agree. Like drill a hole in his head and be like, "What the hell are you thinking in there?" And another good point by Thomas. Yeah, I mentioned Roxanne Perez That is if she hasn't gotten beaten up that badly by Jade Cargill in their Queen of the Ring match. But then
Well,
again,
there might be another storyline for Dominic.
maybe. I mean, you got Liv out of the way, and now you have Roxanne coming in. 1-2, like she's giving Dominic chicken tenders and being super sweet to him and all that other stuff. And I'm like, great, he's gonna cave in to another a very lovely woman, just like he did with Liv when he betrayed Rhea and all that. It's just the same to Liv, to where, I don't know, could we see a rivalry between Liv and Roxanne in the future? It's possible once Liv's healthy.
What's next? A triple threat match for.
We can do a custody of Dominic type match. I don't know. I have no idea.
Do we need a special guest referee?
Yeah, I think we do.
Who would that be?
I don't know. Raquel, I have no idea, to be honest. Or you could have Dominic as the ref. I have no idea.
Yeah.
He's got to stop getting put in storylines where he's the object of attraction to these women. I swear.
Well, I don't think that
crazy.
That this one was the plan.
No,
but since Liv got hurt, why not?
Yeah. Why not have Roxanne come in and take away not only Dom, but she can worm her way into the Judgment Day. I think Finn Balor will definitely play a factor in that one, because I think my guess is the original storyline was you were going to kick Dom and Liv out of Judgment Day. But
now you can just kick Liv out.
Changed.
I don't know.
I don't know either.
But then you'd have to kick
Raquel out too.
Roxanne, yeah.
Yeah, Raquel. You could do that. As far as I'm concerned, I just until the whole Judgment Day, I'll be like, you guys, this ain't working anymore. Nobody cares anymore. Yeah, we've done some things to freshen things up, but it's getting just complicated. So you guys all need to do your own thing.
Yeah. It's definitely getting too much, I think.
Mm-hmm. I mean, I'm literally zoning out every time I see them on screen. I'm just like, okay. I'm like zoning out, like picking up my phone. I'm like, okay, what's going on Twitter right now? You got any more? Yeah, the Thomas is a good point. I don't think Roxanne is attracted to Dom. I think Finn is putting her up to this to mess with Liv. Yeah, it makes sense, but there is always the possibility of an attraction later on. Like maybe the attraction becomes genuine, maybe.
Right.
I don't know. But yeah, Judgment Day, I zone out and probably pick this up and just start browsing. Either I'm playing a game or something, because I just don't care every time they're on the screen. I'm like, I'm done. I'm done with you guys.
So now we head off to main event.
Mm-hmm.
Where there's one match set.
Mm-hmm.
And that's Goldberg.
Sorry, Ace.
going up against Gunther.
Yeah.
What do you think?
I know some fans out there are excited about it. I don't like the fact it is for the title. If this is Goldberg's last match, I don't honestly think he should win. I really don't think he should win the title. This match should have been just for bragging rights. No title on the line. I just don't think there was any need for it.
If Brock Lesnar wasn't involved in what we know now, I could see this match happening. Title or no title, preferably no title.
Right.
And during the match or after the match,
yeah,
Goldberg probably wins, or Gunther, whoever wins. You'll hear, Brock's music.
People will get excited, probably.
Yeah. I think if Brock wasn't in the situation he was in,
if he hadn't
Gunther could win. This would have been Goldberg's last match. But then Lesnar comes out and he's like, okay, one more.
One more.
Mm-hmm.
Regardless who has the belt, one more and he wins the belt.
Not necessarily wins the belt, but just like
it just wins bragging
match. Lesnar versus
beat Goldberg. I squashed him in 10 seconds.
How long do you think the match will be? A lot of people think 5 minutes.
So I've heard some people say 3 minutes. I think it might go 5 to 7.
The whole thing will be to 15 minutes. That's including intro.
Yeah, because I think Goldberg's entrance takes a while.
Yeah.
It takes a while because you have the cameras following him out through the locker room, out backstage, and then you have all the lights, all this pyro and everything, and then does his usual thing that he likes to do during his entrance.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's gonna be in that Saturday night's main event on top or after.
Yeah.
All In.
Yep. Name day is All In. That's counter programming. I don't like it. I mean, you could have had the second Evolution pay-per-view maybe the week after. That way, you could have done like Saturday night's main event, and then maybe All In would have been moved to July 13th, so they're not competing against each other on the same night. But I don't know why WWE is doing this, but I don't like it.
Ratings.
I don't like it. Ratings, I get, you're going to have AEW's All In. It's probably going to be primarily on Prime Video. And you have Saturday night's main event is going to be on both Peacock and NBC.
Mm-hmm.
But I don't know.
And then you have Evolution on Peacock.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
/ Netflix.
Yep. That's going to be interesting. Oh, excuse me. That's going to be interesting.
Yeah.
Yeah. I
think All In looks like good.
All In has a good card as far as as far as I've seen. I think they announced this on Collision Saturday night there is going to be a Casino Gauntlet match. And I'm like, yes. It kind of feeds into what I think I mentioned last week was how I could, if you're going to have Jon Moxley versus Hangman Adam Page main event All In, and you have Mox retain, you could have Ospreay win the Gauntlet match because I think they get a contract, a world title opportunity contract, kind of like Money in the Bank. And Ospreay could cash in, and he could be the one to dethrone Mox, which I shouldn't be buying into what I picture in my head. It's 9 times out of 10. It doesn't always happen, but it'd be nice.
Yeah. What are you picturing?
I'm picturing it's a brawl, kind of Mox and Hangman put on like a 1 million star classic. I don't know, an instant classic. Mox retains. The fans are booing. They're angry. They can't believe they're watching this. They had high hopes. Ospreay's music hits. He comes. I don't know how he enters, but I know he hits Mox with the it's not a briefcase. It's like a silver case.
Mm-hmm.
A good point by Thomas. Maybe the Casino Gauntlet will mark the return of Darby.
Maybe it's like a wild card.
I don't know. Huh?
Don't they do wild card entries?
I think they do. I know the last Gauntlet match they did All In almost a year ago. I don't know I can't remember. I'll have to rewatch it because I don't remember if they did a wild card or not. But you see Ospreay hitting Mox with the case that the contract comes in. I guess it goes to the desk, signs the contract, gives it to the official, whoever it is. He or she tells the ring announcer Justin Roberts about it, and he announces Ospreay's cashing in his opportunity. I think I'm sorry if this is getting long-winded. I'm sorry.
No, you're good.
I think Ospreay hits Mox with a few moves like Hidden Blade, Os Cutter, and then I think he hits him with his finisher. I think Tiger Driver 98. Oh, thanks, Thomas. They do have wild card entries in the Casino Gauntlet match. Okay. I didn't remember. That was my problem there. I think 1, 2, 3, and Ospreay walks out with the belt, and the whole Globe Life field explodes and cheers for him.
Mhm.
And I think like guys like Hangman gives him a hug, Swerve comes out, hugs him, that sort of thing, shakes his hand. A lot of the roster comes out and thanks him for doing this, that sort of thing. It's kind of like and then you have, of course, I'm sorry for this long-winded explanation, fireworks. You have fireworks exploding out of the place. It sounds completely crazy, and it probably sounds like some sort of like Money in the Bank cash-ins you guys have probably seen like over the years.
Right.
I think that would be how I imagine it, but I don't think that's going to be a reality unless Tony Khan is watching and he thinks what I've just said is the best idea he's ever heard. Which I highly doubt.
Awesome.
I don't think TK's not watching this at all. I wish he was. Sorry. But that's just
that
how
would
I
be
imagine
awesome.
it in my head. I don't know how other people feel about it. Do get a lot of no, Mox is going to retain. You're going to have to wait till All Out in Toronto on September 22nd. And I'm like, I can't wait that long. I can't wait that long. I don't think anybody can.
No.
Nobody can.
The thing is, too.
Yeah.
The thing is, too, right now you have 4 matches.
Oh.
Which is interesting.
Yeah, Thomas says Hangman won't celebrate with Ospreay if Will cashed in during the match. No, I'm saying, Thomas, it's after. Like, Hangman's beaten down. He gave it all he had, but Mox got the edge on him and pinned him 1, 2, 3. So I'm saying Ospreay cashes in after. Then Hangman celebrates with Ospreay after Ospreay pins Mox and wins the title. That's what I'm saying, but it's all in my imagination. It's sort of like me trying to do let's tie a perfect little bow on this whole thing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Gotcha. That makes better sense, you said.
Yes. Thank you, Thomas. I was trying to make that clear, I guess. I guess I wasn't. All right.
Monday on Raw is going to be a stacked show.
Oh, yeah.
Goldberg will be on.
Mm-hmm.
You have the semifinals.
King and Queen of the Ring.
The Queen of the Ring.
Yep.
You have Jade Cargill and Roxanne.
Yep.
Winner moves on.
Yep.
You have Penta. Taking on Braun Breaker for the IC title.
I'm praying for Penta right now. Because if you see Braun Breaker about ready to start, he turns on the afterburners to where his spear is like you think he's at one end. He in like maybe 3 seconds he comes in and will spear you. Will try and basically spear you clear in half.
Thomas is saying, I hope we get Cross versus Sammy.
That would be great.
I hope we just get Cross in general.
Cross is just, I feel like, despite his top merch seller status and people really liking him, I don't know what's going on with WWE, why they are not going to put him on TV for matches. Instead, they're having him be like the devil on Sammy's shoulder telling him stuff. I don't get it. I mean, the guy deserves a push. He is really good.
Mm-hmm. He is very good.
Contract, yeah, he's very good. And they better think of something for him fast because his contract's going to be expiring soon. So that means him and Scarlett will probably leave if WWE doesn't get off their butts.
I think it's either next year or sometime at the end of this year. I don't know.
I think it's sometime this year is when his contract expires, and then he's free to go. He and Scarlett are free to go wherever they want.
Yeah.
Possibly AEW as a destination, maybe. I mean, who knows?
I'd rather have TNA. But...
no, they were at TNA for a bit when it was Impact. I think that's where Cross really was making a name for himself, and that's how I think he got the attention of WWE was through his work in TNA. And I think he and Scarlett also did indie shows together, which really also got their attention because it also allowed them to get her as well. So I think they come as a package deal pretty much because in reality they are husband and wife.
Right.
Yeah.
You have Cody Rhodes versus Jey Uso.
This is gonna hurt.
Can it be a
hurt.
No contest?
I wish it was, but there's got to be one clear definite. There's got to be one clear definite winner, and jeez.
I know. It'll probably be Cody.
Oh, damn much. Sorry. Oh. I like them both. They're both faces. They're both over. I mean, you got Cody, the American Nightmare, a man who's probably gonna probably face Cena to get that title back, and you got Jey, who I think got majorly screwed out of the world title, losing it to Gunther, and not even being given 2 months with the damn title.
But the thing is too that the winner faces their respective brand.
Yep.
At SummerSlam.
Yeah.
And they're talking Cody versus Gunther.
Right. You could do that, or I think this is probably the most obvious one. I think he's going after Cena.
Yeah.
He's going after Cena. So.
Yeah, because he's on SmackDown. Yeah.
He's on SmackDown. That makes more sense. I mean, going after Gunther is one thing, but Cena, I think that makes the most sense. Because Cody wants revenge, and he's not going to stop until he gets it.
No, he's not.
No.
Man on a mission.
Yeah, and Thomas just said Cross won't resign with his wife. That's a guarantee. Yeah, like I said, Cross and Scarlett are a package deal. It's like the song says, you can't have one without the other.
You also have
people are also predicting. Sorry.
Oh, you're good. Go ahead.
Yeah, there are people online predicting. Oh, you're setting up a Money in the Bank cash in. Like Cody's going to get cashed in, and I'm like, that doesn't make sense. I mean, look, I get Seth right now is current character. He wants power. I get that. He has the briefcase. I get that. He's got Bronson Reed. He's got Braun Breaker as his two big, beefy dudes who can wreak havoc and cause damage. I get that.
Right.
I don't like the idea of Seth cashing in on Cody just because you lost 3 matches to him. One of them, he had a torn pec, in which people praised Seth to the high heavens for protecting Cody and making sure no further damage was inflicted in that match to Cody with his injury.
Thomas is saying Netflix isn't going to want to lose Seth.
Yeah, that's why I think if you're going to have Seth do a cash in at SummerSlam, it has to be the world champion on Monday Night Raw, not SmackDown.
Or SummerSlam. You could do it on Gunther.
You could do it on Gunther. If Gunther is the champion by the time SummerSlam rolls around and he still has the belt, then yes. That's when I think Rollins should cash in. It's not going to be heist of the century, I know that, but
it'd be a slam dunk.
Slam dunk.
Sorry.
I know. I had
to figure out a way for SummerSlam.
To get that in there.
Speaking of slam dunks, congratulations to Oklahoma City.
Yep, the Thunder won tonight.
Sorry.
Prayers went up to Tyrese Halliburton. He tore his Achilles in the first quarter, and I think despite best efforts of Indiana, it was over by the time he went down.
That means he'll probably miss the start of the season.
He might miss almost the whole season, depending on the severity of the Achilles injury that he suffered. I don't know.
Achilles got to be the worst. Well, I don't know about worst, but one of the worst injuries in sports.
Yeah. I mean, he already had injured his calf, and he knew the risk involved that he could go out on the court knowing there was a possibility he could tear his Achilles, but he wanted to go out there. As soon as he went down, I was like, oh, God. I saw from the replay when he planted his foot back, you could see the rippling of the calf muscle in the back of his leg. And I'm like, I think I know what that is. And it's not good.
Well, when you hear Achilles or ACL, or
you think the absolute worst. Trouble. Yeah, you think the worst. Like, oh boy, this is not good at all.
No.
No.
Also on Monday Night Raw tomorrow, you're gonna have Becky Lynch and Lyra Valkyria
Bailey
up against each other for the women's.
No, it's not Lyra. It's Bailey.
Oh yeah, maybe it was Bailey.
It's Bailey for the women's championship.
Yep.
I mean, do I think this could end in a DQ as far as I'm concerned? Because Lyra might interfere and force that match to be a triple threat at maybe. I don't think so. I'm thinking Evolution.
Yeah,
that's what I'm thinking. This could be a triple threat at Evolution if Lyra sticks her nose in.
She kind of has.
I think she does. Because, I mean, Becky Lynch humiliated the crap out of her at Money in the Bank. First by making her raise her hand and then making her put the belt around Becky's waist. And Lyra's like, screw you. She just had it.
Yeah. Well, and then after that one backstage segment, Lyra's right. Like, I'll be waiting for the winner.
Yeah. So.
Which means somebody's got some explaining to do.
Oh, yeah. Absolutely. Yeah, Thomas Marissa, complete tear would probably keep him out for the rest of the season.
Yeah,
and he said he agreed with me, and now I'm thinking, what is he agreeing with me on? Probably what I said.
Probably of the IC title.
The IC title, yeah. Lyra probably making it a triple threat.
Yeah.
Because I just don't. I mean, look, I would root for Bailey in this situation because of the storyline with Becky. I just keep thinking Lyra is gonna make it. She's just gonna turn it into a triple threat by interfering, maybe costing both of them the opportunity. I have no idea how that's gonna unfold.
Right.
Yeah.
Let's see. I guess Joe Henry wants to be part of Bloodsport match.
Yeah. Yeah, I think that's Josh Barnett's thing that he does. Yeah. He does that, and I think Joe Hendry wants to be a part of that. I mean, if he's up for it. Oh, you're agreeing about Lyra there, Thomas. Okay, I got it. But no, I mean, Joe Hendry's up for it. Yeah. I mean, if Joe Hendry wants to do it, wants to challenge himself, because I've heard Bloodsport is a heck of a different thing than what they're used to. I mean, Natalya did it, and I think it really brought out the aggressiveness in her. I mean, to where she makes it clear who Natalya is and who Natty Neidhart is. And I think it's really been beneficial. That it could do the same for Joe Hendry, really allow him to really unleash his aggressive side. Because Bloodsport, I've learned, is not for the weak at heart. It definitely is not.
No, it's like underground. WWE Underground meets MMA.
Yeah, meets pro wrestling. Exactly.
No, meets like mixed martial arts.
Oh yeah, I don't
UFC.
know if Joe has an MMA background. Bloodsport's just
no, but I'm saying because there's no ropes.
Yeah. Oh, no ropes. It's kind of like, like the NXT Underground that they've had on occasion. It's kind of like that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
Yeah. So yeah, it's just like I keep saying, it's not for the faint of heart. This just looks really, really tough. And you have to be crazy to really want to enter into it and really go for it.
It's what, once or twice a year?
About that, yeah. So I think Josh Barnett already held one Bloodsport event. I think this is, since you said once or twice a year, this is going to be like the second time he's going to do it. And then he's going to probably work on the planning for the next 2 Bloodsport events next year.
I think they post them on YouTube afterwards. Mm-hmm.
I think it's YouTube or maybe Triller TV. I'm not sure. I'll have to look. It's one or the other.
Yeah. I guess LFG came back.
Mm-hmm. Who?
LFG.
WWL.
Talent Search.
I gotta watch that. When I get a moment, I gotta watch that first episode. So I heard some interesting stuff went down, especially with. And I heard Michelle McCool is stepping in for Mickie James this season.
Yeah.
Yeah, so we'll see how that goes. Like I said, I gotta watch because I did not watch tonight's first episode because I was watching Game 7 of the NBA Finals.
Hey, that was a good matchup.
Was it? Yep. It was.
Let's see. I'm seeing what other stories there are out there.
Oh, it was Fanatics Fest in New York this weekend.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, you've had all kinds of funny stuff going on. We had like Tom Brady coming up.
Cena was there?
Yeah, Cena was there. And Becky Lynch was there. Cody Rhodes was there. They tried doing everything like throwing baseballs, hitting a punching bag. I think the one video I saw that was Rhea Ripley hit the bag. She hit it hard, and she actually did really good at it. It's like nice clean shot right there.
Did she break the system?
Huh?
Did she break the system? Like
no, she didn't.
The machine.
Oh no, I don't think she did. She even got to found a cute little fan dressed up as her. She carried her on her shoulder, and they walked down the ramp to her music. And Kathy Kelly is part of the judging panel. She put 2 ones together, gave him an 11. It was so cute seeing this little one dressed up in that jacket and everything like that. It was adorable.
That'd be cool to do your own entrance.
Yeah, because your own entrance with the fan is kind of like cosplaying issue. Seth Rollins met one fan cosplaying as him. He had the gear, the wild gear, his own makeshift Money in the Bank briefcase and a ladder. And it was great. And Cody Rhodes even got to do his entrance with 2 little kids dressed up as him.
Ah, cool.
So cute. And there were funny moments. I tried mentioning this. It's Tom Brady came out to Cody's music and tried to do his own entrance. He ripped up an Eli Manning jersey. And Eli Manning
I saw him and
tries to take him down.
I saw him and Eli playing catch.
They were, yeah. And even Eli came out to Roman Reigns' entrance song and threw up the one. And I'm like, okay. I like that.
Okay, I would have thought Brady would have done that.
Maybe probably would have. I mean, Tyreek Hill from the Dolphins got to meet Cody Rhodes. He said he was a huge fan too. Joe Burrow was there, yeah. Becky, yeah. Yeah, I think there was like one gal dressed up as Naomi. Which, I mean, these conventions and things, you get to meet some of the most unique people, and I wish I was there for that because that looked like a really fun event to go to, but it's in New York. I couldn't afford to anyway.
You could travel.
Yeah, I mean, it's like come on, Fanatics Fest, come to some places like close enough at least for me to go to.
Yeah.
That'd be
where
fun.
Everybody can go to. Make it
where everybody can go to, and you can get autographs, your picture taken with your favorite WWE superstar or favorite athlete, that sort of thing. And Oh, looks like Thomas
little
found our
events around
topic.
each show.
Yeah, I mean, that'd be fun. And like I said, Thomas has our next topic there, the return of New Japan star Kota Ibushi on AEW Collision last night.
Mm.
And came out, he had like face to face. He kicked Okada in the face. I have to rewatch this. I have to rewatch the segment again because I've only seen it on YouTube, so I got to rewatch it again.
It might be a match in the future.
Probably. I mean, now
they need 15 more matches.
15. Well, I think Ibushi can't go up against Okada because Okada's going up against Kenny Omega for the newly revealed AEW Unified Championship. Really nice belt. Stupid name, but WWE owns the trademark rights to the words Intercontinental, so it does not make sense.
You can still, you can name it. What were the two titles?
The Continental Championship and the International Championship. You can't make it Intercontinental because WWE, I think, like I said, has the trademark to that particular name.
Right.
I don't know. I guess unified title just seems like the best thing they could come up with.
You could call it the Worldwide Championship. I don't know.
I mean, that'd be something. You have like a second world championship in your promotion. I mean, other promotions do it. I mean, CMLL has it.
Or the Midland Championship.
I don't know. Mid-Atlantic? I don't know. I want to get to Thomas's comment. He's looking forward to Ibushi versus Okada. Yeah, I think that's going to happen. Possibly Forbidden Door. Is like I said, Okada versus Omega has been hyped up for months. It's expected to be at All In. It's probably one of the top 3 matches on the card.
Huh.
And something that happened this week kind of got me a little irritated, which is AEW had their Grand Slam Mexico show this past Wednesday. And I guess Miss Mercedes Moné decided to challenge for the CMLL women's title, and I guess I don't need to say how that turned out.
No, what her?
She won. Yeah.
No, I saw her
with
every belt or whatever.
Well, she's already lost one, and that was the New Japan Strong Women's Championship to Azumi, who competes for Stardom in Japan. So she's already lost one belt. I think Mercedes needs to lose another before All In. I really do. She's flaunting all this. She's got, I think it's like a Rev Pro women's title, CMLL title, TBS title. I'm trying to think what the other one is, but I can't remember. And her Owen Hart Cup tournament belt.
Rev Pro is that British one, right?
It is, yes.
But she's not British.
No, she's not. She's not Mexican either. So I don't. So True. I'm thinking because both Rev Pro and CMLL have working relationships with AEW, that's probably how she was able to challenge for those belts and win them. Good point by Thomas. Can Okada versus Omega live up to the hype? They had bangers in Japan, but they were both younger and healthier. I know. I mean, they've each had their own set of issues. Like in Omega's case, he had some of his colon taken out due to diverticulitis, which is when pockets of your colon become inflamed and it can really cause you pain and everything. And Okada's no spring chicken either. I mean, we get that.
Mm-hmm.
I think this would be like the last match for these two, and then they're each going to go their separate ways and challenge other people for other titles and that sort of thing.
Or you never know.
In his case, he could who knows what could happen with him. But Mercedes, I think this is becoming pretty problematic. I think it's people are just getting really, they're over it. They're like, stop. This is just getting ridiculous. I've even read some comments from someone saying like she doesn't really put anybody over. Like when she competes with them, they go to the back of the line and you never really see them again.
Kind of like the final boss kind of thing.
The Rock, sort of, yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm just personally as an AEW fan, I am personally just getting really fed up with her belt collecting gimmick. Like she's taken it to an extreme, and to me personally, it's getting out of control. Mm-hmm. I mean, is she gonna beat Toni Storm at All In? The likelihood is yes, she will. And that'll be another belt, and I'm sure it's gonna be like she's gonna wear it like around her head, like a queen wears a crown.
Well,
this will be me if she does it. This is gonna be me if she. I'm gonna want to bang my head against this desk.
Well, not only that, but it was fine with like Cardona doing it. Because he
Mega do the belt collecting thing, but he didn't go around the world and challenge every champion known to mankind for a championship.
Or if he did, it wasn't right off.
No, exactly.
He spaced him out. But
he did. But it's like she goes for a championship, and then the next thing you know, she has to it's like she has to wear like one around her waist, one on one shoulder, one on the other, and then one up to close to her chest. And then like next thing she's probably wearing one around her neck like a necklace. I mean, I just want her to stop. This is just getting crazy. I mean, I get in WWE she really didn't have the freedom to really do what she really wanted to do. Like her title reigns didn't last long because they're all about the next person. But other than that,
yeah,
I'm just personally just
it's pretty much saying.
Super... Yeah,
it's like saying you go to work and be like, "Hey, I think we're gonna have to demote you today, but don't worry, tomorrow we'll bring it back up."
That's what it feels like.
Excuse me? Like I'm being demoted, but then you're going to bring me back up.
Yeah.
I'm confused.
And so am I. And there are people out there who think Toni Storm's just going to be another notch on her belt. Like, oh, there's another title she's going to win. Okay, can somebody just start kicking her ass and ripping these titles right off of her? I mean, if you did have some new talent, did get signed recently. You had Mina Shirakawa, who's been there for about a month or something like that. And then another person I know for a fact got signed because she had announced it at her last in a show on the Independents. Alex Windsor, who is ironically, is an accomplished wrestler in England in her own right. She's also engaged to Will Ospreay. She had just signed with AEW because I guess she was ready to take that next step in her career and go to the big leagues, I guess you could say. Yeah. Thomas, I think Mercedes is beating Carmen Sandiego. Yeah, it's because Toni Storm is dressed up like that classic computer video game character. Where in the world is Carmen Sandiego? Now we know who she is. She's Toni Storm.
Wasn't there a TV show on it?
Yeah, like there was. I'm old enough to remember the games. Where in the world is Carmen Sandiego? Played on your computer. I'm really going to age myself here. I remember the floppy disks that they would come in.
I do too.
Just put it in, just play, and then you're trying to figure out, like, okay, what color is this flag? Where is this criminal going? That sort of thing. And they had, like, where in America is Carmen Sandiego? Where in Europe is Carmen Sandiego? Where in the universe is Carmen Sandiego?
It reminds me of that show
so many
they
different
just put out on
variations, so many
Peacock.
spin-offs and that sort of thing. It was nuts.
It reminds me of the show that's on NBC Peacock. Destination X, I think it is.
Oh, I think so. Yeah.
They put them in like a location. They're like, okay, now find where you're at. But you fell, you're out.
Right. Exactly. But yeah, I mean, even Toni Storm even managed to cut a really hell of a good promo in the Carmen Sandiego inspired getup. I'm sorry, they've got that image burned in my head.
Now, speaking of different wrestling images, I guess. What's your thoughts on Mariah May?
Her being in NXT. Well, until I see her. Oh, Blake Monroe. At first I thought it sounded like a stupid porno name until I found out what it was all about, which is Mariah May has a niece by the name of Blake.
Yeah.
And the last name Monroe is, very obvious. Marilyn Monroe was a blonde bombshell. So that's where that came from. Because when I was told that, I was like, oh, now it makes sense. Okay. It's something I can get used to. She'll always be Mariah May to me.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, she had one of the best rivalries, probably one of the best rivalries in pro wrestling with her versus Toni Storm in AEW. So, right now, looks like, I can see her becoming NXT Women's Champion in the future. Just right now, they're focusing on Jacy Jayne and getting the 4 women together for, I think it's this Tuesday NXT for that Fatal 4-Way to determine who's the number 1 contender at Evolution.
Can we just say poor Noam Dar?
Yeah, he got injured. Yeah.
He can't catch a break.
Nope, poor guy. He's in knee injuries. He's just banged up. And big one, Tony D'Angelo, it sounds like he's going to be going for the Heritage Cup.
Yeah, it's going to be
Dar had to vacate it because of the injury. I think it's Tony D'Angelo versus Stacks for that championship. Now, I don't know what's going to happen in that one. Stacks got a victory on D'Angelo before. I think it's D'Angelo's turn to get a victory.
I'm thinking Stacks will win it.
Yeah, probably. It's possible.
It's
like, what else can... the only title that Tony D'Angelo can go for is the NXT title, but he's going to have to literally go to extreme measures just to get it out of Oba Femi's hands, because Femi isn't going to give it up without a major fight. Mm-hmm. Oh, you think they're rushing the Stacks D'Angelo rematch there, Thomas? They might be. I would have waited a little longer, but WWE does what it wants to do. And I feel bad for Noam Dar as well, so...
Yeah.
It sucks.
It's going to be interesting. Remember the former Cowboy Terrence Crawford?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
He's going to be in a UFC match.
Oh, my God.
Yeah.
Oh,
and
geez.
It was, I guess, they had a press conference at Fanatics Fest.
Yeah. Oh, speaking of that, Michael Parsons was also at Fanatics Fest. I saw some video. He was wearing a number 22 NXT jersey. Oh, jeez.
I'm not surprised.
That was crazy. Yeah, and I think Joe Burrow was there. I didn't know when he hit that little punching bag. He's good when he punches with his left hand. I didn't know that.
Oh, now we know.
Now it's amazing what you learn about it. it's amazing what things you learn about. Oh, comment from Thomas. Stacks probably wins when Adriana Rizzo returns. Yeah, because if I remember the storyline correctly, D'Angelo had her go into hiding. So this is probably when she might come back. I mean, we'll see.
We will.
Mm-hmm.
I don't have anything else.
No, I don't either. I think we've gone through pretty much everything.
I think so too.
Yeah.
But with that, any final thoughts, Christy?
Just thank you everyone for watching. Thank you, Thomas, for all the comments and everything. And just check out Coast to Coast for more cool stuff.
Yeah, thanks everyone for watching, tuning in. Thank you, Thomas, for commenting. Been a fun show.
Mm-hmm.
We will keep you all up to date with what's going on with Night of Champions, with SmackDown. I think they're going to be out there Friday.
We'll keep an eye on it.
That might be a daytime show. Who knows? Or a evening show. I can't remember.
Probably.
But we'll see what happens there.
Yeah.
Keep you posted and updated. Join Coast to Coast with all of our great shows. And with that, enjoy your week. And we'll check with you guys next week.
Yeah.